A lot of things are going on. Did you like the title? Did you guys like the title? Strength during tough times. And let me tell you, a lot of us are going through it. Tough time to you might be very different to somebody else. I'm just saying. Your tough time might not look like anybody else's tough time. Some of us have a tough time getting up in the freaking morning. I'm just saying. Some of us have a tough time being able to communicate with our family members the truth about ourselves. Some of us really, really have a hard time owning our own worth, knowing our value, being able to really prioritize ourselves before anyone else. I don't know if that's you, but some of us strength looks very different. It feels very different. Some of us need strength for different things, and when I put that strength in tough times in the title, I wasn't meaning like your physical strength. No, I'm referring to that mental strength, the emotional mastery, so that you can continue to be the most resilient you and bounce back and push forward no matter what happens. Because what's been promised to all of us is that we all would have trials of many kinds, many freaking kinds. So maybe your trials aren't here yet. Maybe you've had some mini whitewater experiences. I don't know. Do you guys know the whitewater in rivers? It's like calm until there's a bunch of rocks, and then a bunch of rocks underneath the ground make that water all white water, which makes it all turbulent if you're going to go over it, and unsafe. It's really unsafe to go over the rocks when you're in a boat, and depending on what kind of craft you're in, some of us go tubing, some of us actually have boats, canoes, whatever. But to go over the rocks, it's dangerous. You could get cut, you could get bruised, you could get tipped over and thrown into the water. Hey, blessings, blessings. Thanks for hopping on. I am so excited for you guys to hop on, because you know what? It's been a long week. I don't know how many of you guys are going through it, but a lot of things are happening this week. It's requiring a lot of mental strength, a lot of mental focus. So some of us, we get stuck looking in the rearview mirror. We're like, oh, why did that happen back there? Why did he do that? Why did she do that? Why didn't I have that job? Why did I lose the house? Why? We're stuck looking in reverse. And that's never going to help. Never, never, never. The only time looking in the rearview mirror is going to be helpful to you is when you're wanting to seek the wisdom, when you're wanting to extract what didn't work. Because until you can figure out what didn't work in the past, you're going to keep recreating that same wheel in your future. So I am excited for you to realize that you are mentally strong. We all are mentally strong and emotionally strong, and we have every single thing we need to get through every experience. Most of us don't slow down and extract the wisdom. Instead, we keep going forward and making the same mistakes. So, strength in your forward motion, strength in troubled, hard times. The reason we're going through those times is to gain wisdom, to get smarter, to evolve some way. Maybe in a lot of ways. Sometimes we're evolving spiritually. Sometimes we're evolving mentally. We are definitely evolving consistently emotionally, right? Because some of us, we're riding those waves of anxiety, of worry, of concern, of so many things. Emotional. Those emotions are the things that trigger that mental body. So when we start feeling scared or insecure or anything that throws us out our game, then guess what happens? We don't feel strong. We feel weak. We feel broken. We feel unworthy. We're not going to ask for help. We're like, who's going to help me? Nobody loves me. Nobody likes me. This is when it's time for you to remember that everything you need to have mental strength, to have emotional strength, to have spiritual strength, to know, trust, and believe that something is there supporting you outside of yourself. And I'm not talking people, humans, because if we keep waiting for other people to help us be strong, then we're going to keep falling short, because other people fall short for their own selves. A lot of other people have a hard time taking care of their own selves. So they sure in the heck don't have room to take care of us, nor do they know. No one else knows how to really calm that mind of yours except for you. The only person who really knows how to rest that emotional storm that's going on within you is you. But most of us aren't taught the tools or take the time to discover what that looks like or feels like. So it's up to you. You are the strength. You are the strength in your storm. So when you start going through these troubled times, these hardships, the first thing I ask is, why is this happening? Why? Why is this happening for me? I believe everything is happening for my good. It's to help me get uncomfortable, to help me push me past my comfort zone. Because if it weren't for the uncomfortability that the tough times bring, most of us would stay real lazy. Most of us would stay real comfortable in the position that we're in, right? Because if we didn't get uncomfortable, why would we ever want to grow, move, or expand? But the reality is your soul came here to be the biggest expression of itself. And in order to do that, to be the best version of you, it requires evolution. It requires discomfort. It requires a lot of information. So when you're not feeling confident, when crazy things are happening, it's time for you to get more information, because confidence comes with information. We feel really confident when we think we know what's happening or how to move forward in it. So strength, mental strength, that mind, what is it going to require for it to feel comfort? For it not to go, I don't know, what am I going to do? I don't know how I'm going to do this. Confidence comes with information. So whatever you're going through, what are you going through? Are you wanting to get a new job? Are you losing your house? What are the options that are available in your current situation? Because I promise you, there's got to be more than one. There has to be. And if you're not sure, start praying and giving thanks and gratitude. I'm so grateful that whatever I'm supposed to do, first you got to take a different trajectory out of your current situation, because your current situation has you questioning what you should do. It has us feeling uncertain. That's what those troubling times do, right? Then we're feeling uncertain of what the next step is, what it even looks like. So this is where you get to have some fun. This is when you get to start deciding, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want out of this situation? Do you want to trust and believe that there might be a better circumstance waiting for you once you get past this circumstance? Because whatever you believe, it's the truth. So whatever you think about and give focus to, it's the truth. It is the truth about your experience. So I invite you to really start asking yourself, what do you believe in? What do you believe in for yourself? Do you believe that you have the ability to get past this circumstance? Do you believe that some part of you has enough resilience to jump back, to bounce back, to move past this moment? Does some part of you question whether or not this moment is happening? Why is this freaking thing happening? I know. I asked that when so many things happened. I asked that when I was paralyzed. That was not part of my plan. What is guaranteed? That things aren't always going to work out the way you wanted or hoped. But the strength comes in the understanding or the perception or perceiving that maybe it's helping me realign into that which I had already prayed for. Because if you keep moving forward in the same way, you're going to keep staying where you were or ending up where you've been. And I bet you that something in you said, I'm ready for something to change. Maybe prayed about it. I am so done feeling like I don't have enough money, or I'm so done being around people who tolerate me and not celebrate me, whatever that is. It's happening so that you can align into that which you want. First, you have to decide and declare what that is. So when these troubling times come up for us, it is because something in God's plan has you questioning what is happening for you, where you're at right now, whether it's the placement of your job, whether it's the relationship you're in that might be time to be over. What is it? Something is causing the disturbance within you so that you can make a change. And some of us are like, why are you punishing me? Why am I being punished? Why does this stuff keep happening to me? Well, it's because some part of you requires something different. Some part of you no longer deserves to be treated the way you're being treated. Some part of you is calling out for some kind of elevation in your experience. So this is when it's time to really buckle up and find out what you're made of. Because if you don't bet on you, who's going to bet on you? If you're waiting for a freaking cheerleader, if you're waiting for validation, you're going to be waiting for a while. Because the strength comes from within your own self, being able to celebrate your own self, being your own best cheerleader, being your own validation. You have to decide and determine what an amazing life looks like for you, what that feels like for you. What is that experience going to entail for you? Because once you get clear about that, whatever these troubled times are happening for you, what is the worst part? What's the worst that could happen in your situation? Because the sooner you deal with what the worst thing could happen, the sooner that you know that that's the bottom that you're building up from, right? So the strength comes in being able to pivot, to be a course corrector, to go, you know what? I didn't even like where I was at anyway. So what do I want? Because I'm smart. I'm strong, I'm courageous, I'm tenacious, I'm resilient. What is it that you are? So that you could be your own best cheerleader, so that you can go, okay, this is, you know what? I'm just going to say that from this experience, only good things are going to happen. Because what you believe is true, remember what you believe is true. So what if you believed that from this experience, only good things will happen? It might open up a new door for you, a new avenue, but in the end, it's going to feel a lot better. It's going to not feel like you're being punished. It's going to feel not like this is happening to you. It's going to be like, oh, this is happening for me to have a freaking way better experience because I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new relationship. I'm ready for somebody who treats me like a queen. I am ready for the best freaking job where I'm appreciated, I'm accepted, I'm valued, and I am wanted. Because if that's not the experience you're having, that's why you're going through the tough time. Because something in this experience... Oh, okay, so my signal's going to go in and out. So either way, you guys, I don't know how much longer I have with you. I want to invite you to remember that strength during tough times comes from your ability to bet on yourself, your cheerleader, your ability to be able to check yourself out where your strengths are. Because once we reset that mind and we get the emotions back on track, then guess what? Amazing things are going to happen. It's a perception. And again, thoughts become things. So whatever you think is going to happen. Whatever you believe is going to happen. Yeah. I'm so grateful that you give focus to what you want, because in the end, everything you think, everything you feel, those are like your little prayers. Those are your prayers to God, because God's always listening. Your angels and guides are always listening. And the thing is if you're not asking for beneficial things, then our words, like if we keep saying, why do people keep treating me bad? Then God's like, why do you keep asking for people to treat you bad? Thoughts become things, our words become things. So when you start perceiving things a little different and giving a little bit of different words to them, like that, this experience is happening for me, for my highest and greatest good, and only good will come out of this experience. Then what you're going to start doing is you're going to give yourself permission to find the positive thing that is going to come out of the experience that you're having. Because whatever you perceive, that's it. Whatever you believe and tell yourself, that is the truth of going to be of your experience. So I used to say all the time that, why are you punishing me? And I felt like I was always getting punished. And instead of looking for the good things, I kept looking for the things that weren't that helpful. Because I was like, see, watch. Here comes the next thing. Here comes the next thing. And then the strength came from me being able to say, you know what? It doesn't matter whatever happens, because I am going to be a rock star in whatever. I am going to keep searching and seeking and doing whatever it takes to get me out of whatever situation that isn't a beneficial one for me. I've learned that the strength in tough times comes from your ability to be your own cheerleader, your ability to esteem yourself, your ability to find value in yourself. Because when you value yourself, you sure in the heck won't ever let anybody treat you any kind of way. Because when you value yourself, you're like, nope, excuse me. The people in my inner circle, they are trustworthy people of integrity. And they're supportive and encouraging, so that when those tough time comes, they're going to be there offering solutions and suggestions and support. How is your circle of friends? Critical. Because it's not if you're going to have tough times, it's when you have the tough times. If you don't already have support, like real support, and you know what? Your family isn't always going to be the support you think they should be or want them to be. And it's not their fault, because people can only be who they are. So when you build a group of people around you who celebrate you, who support you, who are honest with you, they are going to help remind you of the strength that you have within yourself. And they're going to remind you what an amazing, unique way of thinking that you have, and way of moving that only you could do in your way, that helps you to get out of whatever it is that you're currently going through. We're all going to have tough times. The strength comes in your ability to esteem yourself, to remember that you're freaking awesome, and that whatever God has put you in, He is going to put you through, and He's going to get you through, and it's for your good, for you to become a wiser person, with more mental information, to be a stronger emotional person. You're going to master your emotions, because everything that you get through, then you get to celebrate it. And on the other side, when you're celebrating your successes, you know, shoot, I had this thing happen, and guess what? It caused this and that, and I lost my job, and then this, but then this happened. The good will be on the other side. And it doesn't always look like it or feel like it right away. So keep going through until you get to the other side, because you're the one who's going to reap the rewards. No one else gets to reap the benefits of the circumstances that helped grow you to be the amazing person that you are. So I invite you. You don't have to do it by yourself. You can have people hold your hand. You can get a counselor. You could get a support group. You could get a therapist, or you could get a magical healer like me that can help you reset that energy, because I'm your energy alchemista. It's feelings, fabulous. Just your feelings. Give yourself permission to see how you are, celebrate yourself, be your best cheerleader, because that's what's going to get you through the tough times. So